Hello StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Greenert and Walnut on Central Protocol. Alright, in the bottom right of Central Protocol we have the red Terran player. It is Greenert, representing IGX. Pretty cool logo there. It's like a sword through a shield. I see the I and the G, but I don't think I see the X. That's okay. And in the top right of Central Protocol, we have the blue Protoss player. It is Walnut. Boom, boom. All right, so a PvT on Central Protocol. I don't think I've seen this matchup on this map before. Some PvZs for sure on this map. A couple PvZs I can remember specifically, but not so much at the PvT. So let's see if we can find some features that will explain how this matchup will go. There are these back rocks that Terran players and Protoss can knock down to get into your base, which seems like a problem, because how this works is here's your main base, then you come down this, not down this ramp, it's actually on the same level, come over to your natural, and then there's a super wide ramp you have to wall off if you're trying to wall off, and then see where this is, and then all the way over here is your back door with debris that can get killed and get into your main base at any time. I know some Protoss players have vetoed this map for this specific reason, but however, Walnut has not done so. So Walnut is either brave or perhaps not willing to change his ways just because there is a backdoor entrance to his base. Either way, we'll have to wait and see what happens in this particular matchup. So Walnut is getting a cybernetics core. Incredible stuff indeed. We'll take that second gas shortly, I have to imagine. And there is the factory as well for the Terran player. So standard stuff at this point in the game. Marine coming out, probably a reactor after that into the factory on the reactor, possibly with some Hellion harassment. Hellions do pretty well against the light units that come up from Protoss in the early game. They're good against probes, good against zealots, good against adepts. Stalkers are kind of their antithesis. I'm not sure if that works. Probably their kryptonite, their enemy, their nemesis. I think that's the word I was trying to say, their nemesis in the game, but we'll have to see if that happens as well. Whew. Refinery coming up there, pretty standard timing, and actually continuing to make Marines here. I don't know if this is a good strategy from Greenert, just because Marines don't do well against Adepts, and most Protoss players open Adepts, indeed an Adept coming up for Walnut, as well as a Twilight Council, and that second Nexus is just about to finish. So I like Walnut's build here. It looks a lot stronger than what we're seeing from our Terran Greenert, but if Greenert can get some kind of a 1-1-1 build out, making a reactor on top of the factory now, instead of making it on the barracks and then swapping it over, I'm not sure if that's unintentional or if this is more an optimal way of doing things for Greenert. So here comes the Adept, and I think a single Adept can take down 3 Marines, provided the micro is good enough. We'll see if Walnut can handle it. Moving right on in, saying there's not a command center here. That's pretty good. And a free SCV kill. Oh, free SCV kill, so good. Marines, no. No, trying to get a shot off on that command center, just running for her life is this Adept. A little bit faster than Marines. Let's see these speeds here. 3.5 move speed on the Adept and 3.15 move speed on the Marines. So faster than Marines. Doesn't hit quite as hard as Marines. But what is this? Scouting SCV getting taken down by a Stalker. Warp Gate being researched. Blink on the way for a Walnut. APM 126 and about 108 for both of these players. And yeah, so going to be 2 base to 2 base here. Command center is being rebuilt by an SCV bunker at the top of the ramp. Marines trying to hold this as well. Getting inside that bunker will help them a lot against any future Adept attacks. I don't think the Adept pressure will continue to come for Walnut. Where is Walnut? Continuing to make gateways, waiting for that warp gate to finish. Just about to complete here, and there it goes. Gateways will be turned into warp gates here very, very shortly, and a robotics facility on the way. So Blink Stalkers and possibly Disruptors on the way for Walnut. We'll have to see how this works out for him. What is that? Widow Mines burrowing on the ramp. I like that play as well. And trying to finish this wall off with some supply depots. It's a weird area to wall. It's just big and it's awkward, and I'm pretty sure this is not tight. But I don't know for sure. That's what's so weird about this. Widow Mine drop, Widow Mine drop. Widow Mine drop at the 4-minute and 20-second mark. Gonna head on up, and what does Walnut have to deal with this? Gonna take a quick peek into his natural, and the answer is nothing. Nothing at all, but here come the units. Mothership Core going to try to get something happen. The Stalkers get some shots off. Purification Nova coming up as well, and no, does not drop their cargo here. Medevac instead comes up to this base. Stalkers warping on in, trying to kill that before it burrows. No, taking the shot. Oh, double Widowmine shot there. Walnut mad about the lag. 6 kills and 4 kills on that drop. Just brutal efficiency there from Greenert. And looking a little bit better than he did previously. It's 30 to 32 total harvesters. Again, losing a bunch of workers there was Walnut. Looks like 10. Whew. 10 probes died to these units. And guess what? The timer's about to finish. The observer's popping up, but it's going to be a little bit too late. Does get a shot off, and another bunch of probes die there. 11 kills on that Widowmine. It paid for itself. And then some, let me tell you what. Greenert has to be happy about that one. Finally gets taken down. Stalker can't be too happy with itself, though, because, again, look at this worker count. 7 workers on minerals on this base. Continuing to make more probes to replace the ones that were lost, but the Terran player has pulled into the lead. In the economic side of things, resources lost tab. 250 minerals, 50 gas lost for the Terran player. 1,000 minerals, 100 gas lost for Protoss. And 15 probes to 2 SCVs have been killed thus far in this game. Widowmine shots, killing a couple Stalkers there. Ugh, Walnut. Is he desperate here? He's very upset about something. Another Widowmine shot almost gets the Mothership Core there. And yeah, there's an observer with this army, so the Widowmines cannot do anything unless somebody wanders into their range, which that Adept almost did. It's 68 to 60 total supply. Walnut wants to put the pressure on the Terran player. There are no tanks here, but there are 2 Widowmines and a single bunker, as well as some medevacs here and continued marine production. So I'm not sure what Walnut wants to do. He's continuing with the Stalkers, so that's pretty good. He is getting these Widowmines, forcing them to blow up. Stimming on down Marines and Marauders. Good concave here from Walnut, blinking the wounded Stalkers back and actually whittling down this Marine count fairly well and forcing a retreat. Both the Marauders are inside that bunker. Blinking down, Walnut does not want to go for that at all. Taking a 3rd base right here, right next to the Terran base. Wow, Walnut feeling gutsy. Throwing down a forward pylon as well, so as more reinforcements can come on down. He is pretty gas-starved. He is actually not making or pulling any gas in from this natural, and I think that's because he wants all the minerals he has available to continue to make probes to replace the ones that he lost. But in the meantime, he is gas-starved for sure. Production tab shows he is continuing to make probes, making a couple cannons as well. Oh, is the cannon going to finish before this drop lands, though? No! Greenert getting another drop here, warping in some units. Are these Adepts? One of them dying, 2 of them dying before they actually finish warping in. That cannon, no, the recall pops on up and boosts out of there. Running back for home is Greenert. Good decision to run at that point. Landing here, going to try to kill this Nexus, but the army coming down to prevent that from happening. Probe dies, trying to get in to mine some minerals. Blinking on top of the medevac and killing the remainder of the units on the ground. Good job by Walnut. Good pickup, good reaction time, getting that medevac. And Greenert, who's been pretty good at avoiding that from happening to this point, was not able to dodge it this time. And here comes another push from Greenert, coming right on in. Widowmines in the front, Marauders and Marines. How are the upgrades on these guys? No upgrades at all, and no upgrades either from either of these people. But Blink Stalkers with a good concave, doing a little bit better than you would expect against that particular composition from the Terran player. I think at lower scales like this, Stalkers do okay, but once it's like 200 Marines and Marauders versus 200 Stalkers, the Marines and Marauders just tear through. But when it's down to like maybe 10 or so of each, the Stalkers actually do pretty well for themselves. +1 attack on the way for Walnut. Mothership Core on the way at the same time, replacing the one that died. It was a very sad day when that happened. And Command Center being floated on out to this base. So choosing to expand away from the Protoss, while Walnut is expanding toward the Terran player. Resources lost tab, 2,300 minerals, 400 gas for the Terran, 2,500 minerals, and 700 gas for the Protoss player. What is this here? Probes doing their thing, mining a couple cannons coming up just to help out some Adepts on the front lines. Walnut pretty content to upgrade to get the Resonating Glaives upgrade here, which allows the Adepts to attack at 45% faster than they previously were able to. Robotics Bay on the way as well. And again, a good concave here. Adepts in the front taking a lot of damage. Stalkers in the back not taking any damage, hardly at all. Look at this concave. Blinking back. The Adepts cannot blink back. 2 of them die in the retreat. Cannon here helping as well. Greenert, does he want to deal with this? Trying to focus on that cannon. Losing some casualties instead. And again, the Marine Marauder Medevac Widowmine capabilities seem to be what Terrans are interested in doing in Legacy of the Void. In my estimation, Liberators are good, Cyclones are okay. But at least get some Liberators, man. Come on, Greenert, you can do it. I believe. I believe in what you can do. Ooh, another attack coming on up here. Once again, cannons doing what they can. One cannon completely ends up dying. Casualties falling left and right for Greenert. But he continues to push forward. Another Adept falls. Photon Overcharge being used. Terran blood is being spilled here, but Greenert does not want to go away. He's trying to bait the Walnut into those Widow Mines. And Walnut is having nothing of it. Stimming forward once again. Marauders are slowly getting killed. But again, it's a dance at this point. Marines and Marauders are trying to kill what they can, but I think they're severely outnumbered at this point. Cannon over here trying to do what it can when things get in range, but it has 0 kills. A Widowmine drop heading up along the right side. Swinging on up over here. I'm going to try to get into this space, but again, there's a cannon, so that should be able to hold it. Is he going to try to get into this space, though? Is the question. He is. Oh, Greenert going for the Widowmine drops at this third base for Walnut. Does he see it? No, because he's attacking over here. So many probes ended up dying. 27 probes have died in this game. A cannon being thrown up by Walnut just to get rid of those very, very annoying Widowmines. Indeed, there is an Observer here and a Colossus. With extended thermal lance on the way, the Widowmines do get cleaned up, but at what cost? Oh no, this cannon is still alive and gets picked up for another battle, another day. So just kind of a ragtag army here for Greenert, but he's staying alive through the power of Widowmine drops. And it's kind of working out for him. 56 workers to 47 SCVs in favor of Walnut at this point. Widowmine shot. Actually can't get a shot here because the probes get out of range before. Nope, was able to kill a couple there. That probe came down. 10 kills on that Widowmine. It is a hero Widowmine, ladies and gentlemen. Finally getting taken down by a couple of those stalkers there. Oh, pretty big concave here. Marines and Marauders. The Colossus trying to do what they can. Extended thermal lance is not quite there yet, though. The cannons valiantly fighting, stimming forward and focusing down those pylons, but taking a lot of damage from the Colossus, swathing. The damage nerf is real. Big Widowmine shot, killing a ton of sentries there. What was that? 6 sentries have died so far in this game. Was that this? I think it was a Widowmine, but I don't know which one it was. Or if it died. Entirely possible. Anyway, this is basically World War I. Players are setting up their trenches. They're shooting at each other. Mass murder is happening all over the place. Nobody's really gaining any advantage here. Again, Colossus are trying to do what they can, but good concave, good splits here from Greenert coming on in. Mothership Core trying to kill what it can, but carelessly might get lost here. Yes, Mothership Core does fall, but 3 Colossus now. Enough to chase back this Terran army. Pushing forward is Walnut. Does he want to win this thing? No. Instead, he backs out. I feel like he's in a good spot to push in, but he decided not to. Playing pretty conservatively, if I do say so myself. Woo! Templar on the way. Archon's morphing in. Is that going to be for Swarm or just for Templar? It looks like just for Templar. For Walnut, +1 attack, +2 just about to finish. That should be good. And the army actually moving away. Oh, Walnut marching right up the front door here. There are a few Marines and Marauders, but it's enough to chase Walnut back. I think he could win that battle, but I'm not sure he really wants to. Coming up with another drop, a pretty big drop. Honestly, there are a bunch of medevacs here, although only half of them look like they are full. Going right for the main base. Perhaps daring Walnut to go for a base trade. It's 153 to 122 total supply, and the Terran player dropping right inside the main of Walnut. He has mischief on his mind. He's probably going to stim and go for that robo facility immediately, and he does. Gets right on in there, taking down the robo. Boom. Gateways falling as well. Is the army going to retreat back home for Walnut? Yes, it's trying to do so. SCVs transferring way across the map here. And Greenert probes being pulled off the line, trying to deal with this. The recall does pick up a single medevac there and accidentally discovering this nexus, retreating. Greenert drops some units here because why not? Might as well kill this base. Walnut must be feeling very frustrated at this point. The army just scampering all over the place, trying to deal with this consistent dropping from Greenert. Yahoo! Resources lost tab. 8,900 minerals. Another push forward here. 1,800 gas lost for Terran. That Nexus does fall. Cannon's dying as well. And then pretty much just going home. Is that what Greenert is doing? Yes, it is. Few units stay. But at this point, Walnut is just bleeding. He's bleeding from 1,000 different cuts. Some transferring units here do get killed. Rallying Marines and Marauders getting destroyed. And I think Walnut needs to kill a base or just straight up kill the Terran at this point because he is in a lot of trouble. It's 54 to 43 total harvesters, but so many more bases here for the Terran player. Archon's in the front doing a lot of damage to these biological units. One of them falls. Another Archon falls, but getting a lot of splash damage, greatly weakening the Marines and the Marauders. Colossus with that extended thermal lance just burning through the units. Adepts in the front trying to tank what they can, killing what they can as well. A very small group of very damaged units actually retreating here. And Walnut decides not to press the issue. I don't know. I feel like he could win this battle. And perhaps Greenert will force him to do it for him, but... Yep, actually coming up this ramp now, not a care in the world, blinking forward, but the reinforcements coming from the backside for Greenert, taking out one Colossus, and more coming from that top ramp, getting a full surround on this army, blowing it out of the sky. Walnut loses all he has. Walnut saying this map is pretty darn bad for Protoss. He leaves the game. Greenert is victorious. And that's it for our PVT today. So, wahoo! That was a non-stop game. And again, a lot of the action happened right here. I'm not sure if Walnut maybe wasn't a little bit too tentative. Sometimes I felt like he had the advantage, but he decided to back out anyway, which can be, you know, get ahead. Or when you're ahead, get more ahead is what they say. But Colossus, pretty good answer against this. I feel like Disruptor shots might have been better at this level. This is high diamond. And I think the splits might be a little bit less particular and exact for the Terran player than they are at the Masters Grandmaster level. So anyway, maybe next time we'll see some Disruptor play. But in the end, the resources lost tab, 13,000 minerals, 2,000 gas for the Terran player, 50,000 minerals, and 5,000 gas for Protoss. Just bleeding too heavily. Also, those drops just killed him. So many probes died. Total probe lost count is 32 for Walnut. Greenert just keeping up the harassment and winning the battles on the front. Just impressive play from him for sure. I see him moving up in the ladder. Absolutely. So this has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, all at /Falcon Paladin. Go ahead and visit the store if you haven't done so already. There are some awesome t-shirts for StarCraft 2 and for Falcon Paladin. Go ahead and buy one for you or for the special lady friend in your life. She will really appreciate it. And until next time, please enjoy the music at the end of the cast from Seabeats, a very talented fellow indeed, and you take care of yourself.